Hello everyone and welcome to back to my Let's Play of Star Trek Judgment Rites. We've had a fight with the godlike child Trelane, and he was fighting the Enterprise of a triplane that had some very powerful weaponry on it, and we lost the battle, and next thing we knew we woke up here in this prison along with the first officer of another ship that was also captured by Trelane. So now we need to find a way to get out of here. Now this episode, No Man's Land, was always my favorite episode of this game, because I think the graphics and the setting, it's just really beautiful and well done on how they put it together. So let's get on with it. Let's take a look around.
The only door in this room, it is locked.
Hold on, I gotta fix the text. For some reason it does that sometimes.
The walls of this room look very sturdy. There are many bundles of sticks piled against the wall. Straw, not the sort of bedding that Starfleet officers are used to. Rather damp, too. A small barrel rests against the wall. It is empty. A crate. It is labeled schnapps. It is nailed shut. A light bulb, triggered by a chain, is suspended above the center of the room. The chain is broken. A crate. It is labeled schnapps. It is unopened.
Well, it's not nailed shut, so...
Mr. Spock finds this situation fascinating. James T. Kirk, who wonders how he's going to defeat Trelane this time. Lieutenant Commander Ellis is frowning. This sort of stuff always seems to happen to the Enterprise.
He has a bit of a grudge against Kirk, and you'll find out why later on when you talk with him.
Dr. Leonard McCoy, who wonders what is really going on.
Okay, take us out of here.
At least nobody's sick.
Anyone have any ideas about how to get out of here?
Fascinating. This appears to be an Earth domicile, late 19th or early 20th century. There's nothing unusual about the door. I'm conducting a sensor sweep of the area. We appear to be about 15 meters underground. There's a single human life force stationary, approximately 6 meters from the door, and about 6 life forms in our immediate vicinity on the surface.
Okay.
The crate is open. It is full of bottles of Himrick schnapps. The date on the bottle says 1913.
Scan it.
It would appear to be an ordinary crate, Captain.
Of course it's a crate. It looks like a crate, feels like a crate. What else could it be?
Doctor, we are dealing with an entity who is capable of sustaining an artificial atmosphere on a planet, and then flying that planet around the universe like a starship.
Spock's right, Bones. When we're dealing with Trelane, we need all the information that we can get. Something that looks trivial might be the key to defeating him and saving the Enterprise.
And the Zimbabwe.
Let's take a bottle of schnapps.
You have taken several bottles of schnapps. You pick up a stick.
Wondering, maybe we could start a fire.
Well, I thought I could start a fire and try to get someone's attention, but I guess the straw is too damp.
Maybe some schnapps will help to start a fire.
You cover the straw with schnapps.
Alcoholic is pretty flammable.
What's going on here?
We should leave this building immediately. The proximity of this fire to a large concentration of alcohol puts us at considerable risk.
Don't do anything foolish. Do you think the Baron cares if you burn to death?
Who is this Baron? Trelane? Don't be a fool, man. If you keep us in here, you'll die too. It depends on whether he likes his prisoners rare, medium, or well done. Who is this Baron? Don't be a fool, man. If you keep us in here, you'll die too.
You have a point, Kirk. Go. I will be following.
Our soldier friend seems to have gotten separated from us. I heard some windows breaking on the other side of the building. I assume that was him.
The building is structurally sound, Captain. I doubt that it would collapse, but as a precaution, I would not enter it again.
But where are we, Mr. Spock?
Isn't it obvious? In trouble.
Do you have a problem, Mr. Ellis?
Yes, sir, I have a problem. His name was...
The Baron does not appreciate vagrants.
Why that?
Do not interfere, or the same thing will happen to you.
How would you like to pick on someone your own size? What has this man done? You're really a tough guy, aren't you? It can't be easy to bully some old man. I'm really impressed. How would you like to pick on someone your own size? What has this man done? How would you like to pick on someone your own
Which
size?
one should I do?
What has this man done?
I'll do that one.
That is none of your concern. Do not interfere.
I see. He's done nothing.
I'm pretty sure I could take him.
Having fun, Jim?
Now this is a problem with the game. You see that woman right there? Originally in the floppy disk version, she'll walk out and talk to you and introduce herself, but for some reason in the CD version it never worked like that. Right after you take him out, she just appears there and has some music, and McCoy says his rebuttal about that.
A human, approximately 60 years of age, in poor physical condition. His hip is broken, Jim. He needs our help.
Let's hope our med kits still work.
That should fix the hip problem. He should rest. Thank goodness Trelane didn't take the tranquilizers from my med kit. He'd probably be too tired to talk much.
The old man stares at McCoy in wonder and gratitude.
Thank you for helping me. If only I had something to repay you.
You could tell us where we are.
You are the American pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Kirk, the leader of the famous Enterprise Squadron.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Jimmy?
Enterprise Squadron?
I suppose I should tell you nothing, but as it looks as though the war will soon be over, I can tell you that this is the village of Gothos.
What war is this?
The Great War. The one that has lasted for 4 damned years and has killed millions. I never thought that it was possible for so many young people to die for such a worthless cause.
I believe he refers to the first of your world wars.
Could you answer an important question for me, sir? What year is this? Where's Trelane? What else has happened? What year is this? What else has happened?
You only could ask him really one question, so...
It is rumored that our forces are mutinying, and that our ambassadors have met with Mr. Wilson to discuss an armistice, but that Mr. Wilson will not negotiate with anyone except an elected government. Baron Trelane has retired to his castle and sees no one. His men are nothing more than bullies. I am so tired. I must rest.
Take a look around.
This seems This seems pointless.
Can't see her.
A quaint little pub, reminiscent of 19th century German pubs. A burnt-out hovel. This is where Trelane placed you after you were taken from the Enterprise. A quaint village shop, typical of early 20th century Earth. A building. It was once a bakery. Mr. Spock, pondering the illogic of this situation. The bullying soldier might be surprised to have met his match if he were still conscious. James T. Kirk, who feels a little ragged right now. Dr. McCoy, pondering the unusual nature of this situation.
Hey, look at it.
Lieutenant Commander Ellis glares at Kirk.
All right, Commander, you were about to tell us why you're being so hostile. Let's hear your story.
Does the name Lieutenant Ralph Garvin sound familiar to you? He was my roommate at the Academy and was killed by some blood-sucking cloud while on a landing party under your command.
Space is not the safest of environments. I've always done my best to protect my crew, and I've always honored anyone who has lost their life under my command.
The Enterprise is routinely assigned to unknown and extremely dangerous sectors.
I have always made it a policy to lead landing parties and share the risk with my men. I suppose you've never lost someone under your command, Commander. You've never felt the loss of a subordinate while you've been on a landing party? When you become a captain of a starship, you'll have every right to judgment. We're in the middle of a life-and-death situation. I expect you to act like a Starfleet officer. I have always made it a policy to lead landing parties and share the risk with my men.
I think this is
Captain,
the one.
if I see you do anything that puts us or our escape at risk, you'll regret it.
I'm not interested in vendettas. I'm interested in survival. If you have a problem with me, you can wait until everyone's safe. Is that clear, Commander?
Yes, sir.
That blood-sucking cloud is... He's referring to an episode of the original series in which the Enterprise is attacked by a cloud that basically just takes the life out of everybody in there, and Kirk experienced it once when he was the lieutenant aboard the Farragut, and he killed a lot of his crew even then. So that's what he's referring to, one of the crewmen who died there.
This strikes me as something of a Potemkin village, Captain. It lacks the scope to be truly real.
A creation of Trelane's, no doubt. One of his imitations of reality.
Undoubtedly, Captain, there is a high probability that it will be an extremely deadly place.
I didn't join Starfleet to play at being a galactic tourist.
Not a bad place to visit, but I can't say I like some of the natives.
You get no response.
Well, let's take a look around. Let's get inside that tavern and see what's going on in there. Oh, wait a minute. I need to scan something real quick.
My tricorder detects an incredibly strong power source within that shop. I recommend that we enter it immediately and examine it at close range. Captain, I'm picking up abnormally strong energy readings in the building labeled shop.
Guess we need to go in there first, and you kind of need to scan everything, because Trelane, in the original series episode where they first encountered Trelane, he had a power source to help control his fabrications, and it was in a mirror. He has the ability to put his power into certain little objects and use it to kind of keep his fabrication going.
Charming place. Less technology, more humanity. I like it.
Somewhere in the middle of this European charm is Trelane and the missing ships. Let's find him.
The tricorder detects nothing unusual.
Guess we just need to scan everything.
The power contained within one of the clocks is off the scale, Captain. It matches with the sensor readings I took of Trelane's triplane on the Enterprise.
Theories, Mr. Spock.
Captain, the last time we encountered Trelane, he used various items, in particular, a machine hidden behind a mirror as a source for his power. This clock is another one of Trelane's power objects.
And if we could find and destroy enough of Trelane's power,
the village of Gothos would come apart, and we might find out what happened to the Enterprise.
Mr. Spock, continue scanning for power sources.
Just go around here.
A light hangs from the ceiling. This boy looks like he's anxious to make a sale. Jelly beans in a glass jar. A package of food containing mutton. Candy canes in a jar. Bottles and cans line the back wall, as well as flowers in a vase. This clock looks expensive. This clock looks like it is broken. You wonder who would want a broken clock.
No, somebody might have a hobby of fixing broken clocks.
Sacks of flour and household cleaning implements line this wall. A tattered rope sits here. A broom, good for sweeping things. An empty kettle rests upon this stove. Jars of fruit are preserved in this translucent container. A barrel of pickles. A barrel of apples. This shop is not experiencing a shortage of shoes. Metal buckets in a rough pile on the floor. Pans, dishes, and lamps line this wall.
A young human male in good physical condition. The tricorder says they're delicious, Jim.
Can I grab any of them?
You aren't thinking of trying to keep the doctor away, are you, Jim? I always hated pickles.
Fine, then we won't get any.
He's had undefeated air.
James
like,
Kirk, wondering when Trelane will make his grand entrance. Lieutenant Commander Ellis wonders where his ship is. Dr. McCoy is glad that he is not a doctor in the hospitals of this time period.
He hated 20th century medicine. He always thought it was like butchering stuff and everything. You could kind of see why, but it was even worse in the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries and stuff. Bloodletting, leeches, amputations.
Mr. Spock continues to ponder the illogic of the situation.
I'm going to call it a let's play here. So I will
save new, replace previous game.
I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.